I did post it on my Instagram a while ago. But we're going to make a really nice poached pear dessert. Now that's my Instagram there with the poached pear dessert that I had, as you can see, and it was really fantastic. So I'm keen to try something like that. Where's chat gone? I'll bring you back. Yeah, so we're going to make one of those today, and that's actually one of the first things we're going to do. I'll put these spices to the side because we'll need them in a second because we'll make the chai tea as well. But first thing we're going to do is we're going to put these pears on. So I do have two nice little pears, a pair of them. I have a pair of pears. You can take that joke to the bank, use it anytime you want. It's a pair of pears, lovely. These are just a nice Australian pear, really good. Take the little sticker labels off. They don't even need to be like particularly ripe because we are going to cook them. And what we will need to cook them is one small pot. So in this pot we are going to do like a red wine poached pear, okay? So I've got for us today some wine. This is just a Merlot. It's about $7 a bottle on special. Hey, it's a free puppy. Oh, he heard puppy and he stopped. Everyone can see your bum, puppy. Yeah, it's true. You gonna pop up? Say hi. Puppy says hi. Yeah, don't worry about getting like a really expensive wine. We are just cooking with it. So yeah, he's a bit cute. He can't help it. He knows it too. He'll, if you ever visit Australia, chat, you come to this Big Small World kitchen, you get to meet Puppy, and he will just assume that you want to play with him forever. So, yeah. So don't get expensive wine. I've got one that is a little bit sweeter. It's a Merlot. They tend to be like fruitier with a lot of plum, and particularly this one, which I've tried before, has a lot of that dark stone fruit taste to it. Like it's very sweet and fruity. So that's exactly what I wanted. You don't want a dry wine. You don't want something. So if you're not sure, just ask your local bottle shop for a fruitier red wine. While we are waiting for a potential reply from Jeannie, I'm just going to peel these pears. So we are taking the skin off. We've got our little worm bucket here, so any of our scraps can go in the worm farm. Keep them happy. But just take off all the skin carefully from these pears. Being careful with your fingers. Okay, so nicely peeled pear. You can see I've taken all the skin off. Going in the pot. In the pot. So yeah, peeling these pears is going to get us that really nice red colour. Because all the wine's going to soak into the flesh of the pear. Okay, so I've got my pears in a pot. I'm just going to go over to the prep can here so we can see what's going on. You don't need to look at my crazy face all day. So again, nice cheap wine. It's still a nice one. I've tried it before. Very fruity and a little bit sweet. That's what we're after. So we're just going to pour this wine in. So I've got about half the bottle, I think, is a good amount. Put that there so we can cook with it later. Okay, and then we're going to top up with a bit of water. Until the pears can float. sugar basket here. If you've been on the stream before, you'll have seen my little sugar box of different sugars. A slave to it's 100% true. We've got him trained so he knocks on the door if he wants to be let outside. So yeah, he's a good boy. But sometimes he just wants to go outside, I swear, to just make us do his bidding. Cool, so I'm just going to put 3 big heaped teaspoons of sugar in here. And this is a brown sugar as well, so it's a sugar which has got molasses as well in it. You could just use white sugar, won't be an issue. Okay. Now into this mix, again, I don't know if everyone's like me and they dry their own fruit, but you could just get some fresh orange. But I'm just going to put a little bit of, couple of pieces of dried orange in there, and I'm going to put 2 of these sticks of cinnamon, and just a pinch of these cloves as well. So cloves are a really interesting spice. I don't know if you've ever used these before, but they're a really cool little spice. They're actually a flower that they pick before it blooms. So it's a flower before it blooms. I've got to pick these by hand. Absolutely insane. I watched a video about it recently. But that is our pear poaching liquid. We'll have to check it in a little bit to make sure that it's sweet enough, but that is going on the stove. We should take an Instagram picture of that, shouldn't we, before we do that? I'm really bad at doing that, forgetting to take Instagram pictures. But it looks very cool. Okay, so that is now cooking. I'll turn on the light here as well so we can see what's going on that camera. But yes, so we are cooking now those pears. We're just going to heat that up till it starts boiling, and then we're going to turn the temperature down. It's going to take a little while to cook through, but will be delicious, I promise. Okay, so we're cooking up our pears as well. They are now ready. So if we go back over to the cooking cam, and we see those pears now. Nice pair of pears. They have gone nice, bright, sort of caramel red as they've soaked up all that wine. So keep that at the back. Just going to wash my little cat friends who help with the tea. Thank you, stovetop cat friends. I'm just going to turn this stovetop off. I'm just going to leave those pears just to sit in the, sit in their poaching liquid. So I'm just going to poach the deliciousness, and they'll sit there and soak up the flavour. Back to chai tea. I like it, BB. That's exactly what we're about. Okay. So what I'm going to do with these pears, now they've cooled down a little bit, I'm just going to put them in a reusable container so I can sit there and continue to soak in their syrup. Get in there. Delicious. Okay. It's going to taste that syrup as well. Yeah, that's good. All right. So they can just sit there, chat. You can keep an eye on them over here. I'll just do a bit of a clean up because apparently I'm a messy, messy boy. Nobody tell Fenrir. He's always telling me to clean as I go. And we're now just about to make our dessert, actually, which is going to be excellent. We've been poaching some pears in red wine, Merlot. Welcome in, Raiders. Okay. I appreciate all of you all coming in. Don't forget, if you want to see and you want to follow along with the recipes, or you want to see what I do between streams, you can check me out on Instagram there. And I will try to use my YouTube more often. Or if you want to discuss stuff between streams, jump on Discord, because we're always on there. And I always do a follow along at home recipe listing if you want to grab the ingredients, or you see something you like and you want to try it afterwards. All the ingredients are on there. So, but these are our lovely pears. Look at the colour of that. So we poached them earlier in a really nice Merlot wine. Wasn't an expensive wine because we're cooking with it, but a really nice Merlot wine and some lovely spices and brown sugar. And we're going to make this is our sort of dessert, but it's also a good brunch. Welcome along. We're going to do some cooking. We're just going to make a really nice preserved and dried fruit porridge to go underneath our delicious poached pears. And we have some really cool yogurt as well that we're going to serve with it. So this is our little dessert for our 3-course meal. You've seen dish 1 and 2. We're now doing dish 3. We've got about, I don't know, probably half an hour left. If you want to hang around and see this dish in its final form, we're good to go. So let's go over to cooking Cam. I don't know who Cam is, but apparently he's cooking. And what we want to do here, we've got about a cup of oats. You see there, I've got just the nice big rolled oats. So you can use crick oats or instant oats, whatever you would like. But I'm just using the whole rolled oats because I like those better. And what you want to do to that is just add some milk to cover. You can use water, or you can use almond milk or any milk substitute. That is fine. But for this one, we're using like a whole cream milk. And in terms of, I don't know, again, you can just buy these from the shop, but I tend to dry my own fruits. So, for instance, I've got these dried oranges that we've done. Nice and easy. I did buy those dried figs, but we're going to use some of them. I've got dried apples, cinnamon that I did. And I did not dry my own sultanas, but I have sultanas as well. So we're going to use these delicious fruits. Sultanas are easy. We just throw a handful, just like that, straight in the porridge. The apple, just take out a few pieces and get one of our knives out. And we're just going to jump back to the prep cam so we can see this chopping action. These are just really thinly sliced dried apples that I use for cocktails. So we're just going to chop them into some average sized pieces. They don't have to be too small. Nice. So we now have our dried apple pieces there. The oranges as well. Just going to grab out a couple of these, and these were really nice blood oranges we got, and we did a bit of cocktail prep. It looks like we're almost ready to make some more, so I might do a prep one. We're working on the porridge that's going to go underneath these. So we're doing a dried fruit porridge. So we've got our porridge over there on the stove, whole rolled oats, milk, and sultanas, and we've just cut up the apple, and I'm just going to chop up these oranges into little segments. So these were just dried with some sugar syrup. So they were first cooked in the sugar syrup to candy them and then dried in the oven. They're great for cocktails or garnishes on desserts. But in this case, we're going to rehydrate them in the porridge so they'll be nice and orangey and delicious. And finally the figs. So probably 4 4 figs should be fine. So with the figs, just make sure you take off the really chewy stem. Normally with the dried figs, they'll still have the stem on them. So just make sure you cut it off because it's not very nice to eat. It's extremely hard, that little stem piece. I know no one hydrated me, but I'm going to hydrate myself. There's a free hydrate chat. Cheers. You never want to think about me again. Interlocules. Could you explain that, Bibi? We're helping you study. Explain your interlocules. While Bibi's explaining that, I'm going to cut these into little segments too. Delicious. So we've got our diced fruits, apple and fig and sultanas, but you can use whatever fruit you want. You know, if you prefer dried cranberries or you know, you're not a fan of orange or fig or whatever it is, you know, it's your porridge, right? Like make it the way you want. That's what cooking's all about. Okay, so let's go back to our cooking camp. Maybe, can I? Did I? Will it? Success, okay. So we're just going to add those in. Now we're going to do a hot cooked porridge. You can soak those oats overnight and you know, essentially cook them without cooking them. But I like to do hot porridge because I think it gets nice and it's like doing a risotto. You know, it gets all really sticky and clumps together. It's really, really good. So we're going to turn that on. Maybe. There we go. So let's put there. Oh, I might use the big one. Okay. So just give that a quick mix through. Little box of sugar, little sweetness. And we're just going to put in a tablespoon of sugar into the mix as well, just for a little bit of sweetness. Oh, that does smell damn good. Okay, so now that's nice and cooked. So we've got this delicious, nice, sticky porridge with the dried fruits in there. It's exactly what we want. So I'm just going to let that sit. It's all my favourite. Just going to let that sit for a minute. I'm going to come back over to the prep can where we're going to plate up. So I reckon we go with one of our nice black bowls. Right, we're going to make our final dish, our dessert. Hells yeah. Right, so we've got this really good, like look at that. So we let that porridge sit for a minute. Look how nice and sticky that is. Okay? That's what we want. So what we're going to do is just get a really nice serve of that. It's right in the middle. Just like that. Probably looks nicer if I turn it this way, you can see what I mean. So it's just a really nice serving of that. On top, we're just going to put one of our pears. Take the clove off. So pear straight on top, like such. Stem facing up, that's what we want. Now we've got this lovely red wine, orange and spiced syrup. So we're just going to pour that just around the base. Just like such. Nice. And then I've just got myself a cool little yogurt, blood orange and mango yogurt. Okay, so it's like a really nice thick Greek yogurt with blood orange and mango in it, which you can see there. Just for a bit of colour and a bit of creaminess, just to bring that, bring the oats together, just to make sure that it's like delicious, right? So what we want to do is just to the side here, a little bit of that yogurt. And that, dear listener, is our delicious dessert. Just to finish it off, bring back that fresh fig we had before. And we want to just take another segment of that fig, just knock the top off, and present. Now, it doesn't get much simpler than that for presentation, but how good? How good? Hey YouTube, thanks for watching. You can watch me stream on Twitch, catch my videos right here, or check me out on Instagram. Hope to see you next time. Cheers.